Hello and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And yeah, today we're talking about Guilhereme again because there's actually been some progress. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Okay. Finally, we have some good news. I say finally, it's 8th of June, but you know what I mean. Because I like the intention of getting deals done early. Now, a week ago, it was like, some reports were like, deal might be off and all that. But Fabrizio has pretty much confirmed after West Ham verbally agreed deal to sign Brazilian talent Guilhereme, agreement done with Palmeiras pending medicals to take place in England next week. 23 million fixed fee, 7 million add-ons, 20% sell-on clause to Palmeiras, final steps, then here we go soon. And then he said today, medicals next week for Guilhereme's new West Ham player as revealed yesterday. Obviously, this is West Ham United. So this can still go wrong. Obviously, because it's West Ham. This is what we do. We love it when it goes wrong. We absolutely love it when when it comes to messing up transfers. However, I don't think this is going to go wrong. There was obviously just murmurs and suspicions of other clubs coming in to try and hijack the deal and stuff like that, especially Saudi. But it's actually said that he actually prefers to move to West Ham, the whole London thing, Premier League. London and Premier League, that's all you need for clubs like us, really. Unfortunately, we don't have the excitement of European football to give out to players, but this is a new era. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, Lopetegui's going to play possession-based football and stuff like that. And Guilhereme can apparently play in midfield. He can apparently play in other positions as well, where in the front three and stuff. But I think we've signed him as a winger. I think we've signed him as an alternative to the Wesley guy that we're trying to sign. But the problem is that the problem I have is that I've seen apparently he's better on the right than the left, but we don't need a right winger. But I'm assuming the plan is going to be him on the left, him and Maxwell Cornet, hopefully the left options. Ben Rama will apparently, according to L'Equipe, will go for like 16 million to Lyon, but apparently Lyon are on a transfer embargo right now. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know whether that's new ownership coming in or whatever. But assuming Ben Rama goes and Guilhereme coming in, that's one position addressed. I would like to see Wes Foderingham come in, not because I like him, but because he's a homegrown. He will take up the homegrown option and he's third choice keeper thing, and he's for free. That's the only reason why I would like to see him come in. But with this Guilhereme thing, hopefully we get this announced in the next week. He's with the Brazilian under-20s as well at the moment. Trying to find out more about him as well. Obviously playing for Palmeiras. I don't think it was that long ago where he's played first team football. That's my only thing, is that when you sign players and they're young, they can be young and sick because they've played a lot of first team football, etc. But it can also be you sign a young player that goes for a high price and they've played like 30 games of first team football. Obviously, he's begun to follow West Ham United players. That also means that Jacob Steinberg and Jack Rosser, obviously false reports, Graham Bailey, false reports about the Guilhereme thing. Graham Bailey actually put out saying that Sullivan pulled the plug. And obviously idiots online are going to believe anything. So Graham Bailey knew exactly what he was doing. Obviously, as well, it was reported that we tried to get this done early next week, but I think it was also because of the Brazilian market, the amount of agents that are involved. So apparently the same agents that are involved apparently were the ones that were involved with like Carlos Tevez and stuff like that. But apparently it's a bit different because there's so many agents that are involved in Brazil when it comes to Brazilian deals, and also with the whole Saudi Arabia interest. Saudi are trying to get young players into their league and trying to make their league more appealing instead of just signing, the pensioners, the big names like the Ronaldos and Benzemas, etc. But we also tried to get this deal done last week. But when with the amount of people involved in this, that was always going to delay it a bit. and you should always take a pinch of salt when it comes to these sort of things. But this will be good because, yeah, he's going to be a Brazilian under-20, so maybe he won't come into pre-season straight away, but he'll have a few games at least where he can get used to the team, I hope. I hope he'll be there for the American tour. I don't suspect him to be there for the Wickham pre-season friendly or the Dagenham and Redbridge pre-season friendly. I don't expect him to be there for that, but it seems we've got another Brazilian. It's going to be obviously he's not going to be there Copa America because he's already played for the Brazil under-20s. But I think he's a one in advance that's an in advance replacement for Mohamed Kudus. Now, we've not seen any links with Mohamed Kudus yet, but it would take a lot for him to go at this moment in time. But I do think this will be Kudus' last season. And I know he's only just joined, really. He's only been here for a year, but that's how football is nowadays. As we are one of the many clubs that are going down this buy them and then sell them for profit, because not only is it a way of sustaining money in the Premier League, but it's a way of trying to stay competitive and put the replacements in advance. As long as we're replacing in advance, I'm fine with it. And we have the right coaches to develop these replacements so they can become stars as well. They can become great players as well, no matter if you're young or old. I don't care about buying young players or old players, but you got to have the balance of the future and the present. I think we've got the right squad to buy young players this summer because we've got so many players that are 25 and over. So we've got a lot of experience already. I'm just looking at one of the highlights now. It seems to he likes the pockets quite a bit. You're going to see him get in the spaces in between, the fullbacks and the centre-backs, the half spaces, as the tacticos love to, put out there. You're going to see him get into those sort of spaces a lot. I'm assuming you're going to see him run at players and stuff like that as well. I'm going to watch a comp. I need to watch a comp of him so I can get, a full figure on him. I need to watch a breakdown. I need to watch something to do with this guy. Because apparently in October the 10th, 2023, according to Fabrizio, I just found an old tweet, Bayern Munich and Chelsea were in attendance to follow Lewis Guilhereme, who was 17 years old at the time. It was the Palmeiras versus Boca Juniors game. Apparently they were monitoring the talent, so I don't know, take what you can from that. I mean, Bayern Munich aren't necessarily the best recruiters right now, but it's still Bayern Munich, it's still Chelsea. Apparently there's a screenshot of him following Emerson, Bowen and Zuma and stuff like that as well. I'm trying to see. I want to see if he was to play on the left, whether he's going to be a direct winger and he can go around the inside and the outside, and his right foot is really good as well. He's left-footed. Apparently in 2023, on the 5th of January, he was called up to the sub-20 team for Brazil. I don't know what that means. Palmeiras had already turned down 20 million for him, as top European clubs are tracking him. So this seems to be a good signing. It seems to be, one that's almost gone under the radar, because we had not only did we have other targets, but teams like Liverpool that were interested would stop being interested at that point. Excuse me. But I'm excited to see how Lopetegui will have him under his wing and stuff like that. But this should be interesting. Obviously, he was he's at Palmeiras, and Palmeiras have that Estevao guy who went to Chelsea, and Endrick. He played with Endrick at Real Madrid. He's at Real Madrid now. Obviously, we've seen Endrick just doing madness, but I've only really seen him play football once, and that was against England where he scored. And speaking of England, we'll talk about England tomorrow. But make sure to like the video now and subscribe if you are new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Thank you for the support as of recently, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.